people of Wales were exposed to vast influxes of Americans and American equipment coming into the UK. They would land mostly on the west coast of Britain from Fishguard, Holyhead, Swansea, and they'd come up the Severn Estuary and they'd dock in Barry and Cardiff docks. So, and for most people it was their first experience of the foreigners. Typically, the South Wales valleys were filled with upwards of 500,000, probably to nearly 1 million men spread out, just coming in, having accommodation and starting to do their training ready for the invasion of Normandy. The Americans, they were coming over with a more advanced culture in terms of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. We didn't have Coca-Cola. They came over with crates of Coca-Cola and there's all these fantastic things. They were chewing gum. The kids over here didn't know what chewing gum was. And those sort of things. So when they started to integrate, it was a great... it was quite an interesting time. To most Welsh people, there was no difference, or it was a different culture, and they were interested to see what that culture was. Dances were set up, and the entertainment in those days was fairly basic. A tea dance, even going to the pubs. The pubs were a cultural thing. Americans had never been to pubs in the sense of our pubs. They went to bars and things. They'd never drunk beer, and that was a shock to a lot of Americans, because the Americans like their sort of their Pilsner type beers, their lagers, and because they were more advanced, they had refrigeration. So to come and have a warm pint of British beer, which particularly being wartime beer, wasn't very good. There was, oh my God, what's this? So there was all those sort of cultural integrations going on, and the Americans were coming over, sort of experiencing our culture, and a lot of the local sort of girls started to sort of go out and start dating these Americans. I'll give you the story. There was a corporal working at the Gilman Hospital called Bob Rivers. He was only 19 at the time. He was from Atlanta, Georgia, and he met a girl from a local farm. They basically courted for a while, and being a wartime kind of courtship, they immediately decided to get married after the war. Then they decided to go to America. So they went to America for 3 years. But in the meantime, I think Betty inherited her family farm, so they decided to move back. And then they still live on the same farm in Caerphilly, and seem quite regularly. Oh. So that's a nice little story of someone who actually came over as a GI soldier, met someone local and stayed.
Amazing.
Your hometown looks the same as I step down from the train.